I've always wanted to work in fashion. When I did textiles at Loughborough University, I realised what I really loved was putting crazy things together, so crazy materials, different textures that you wouldn't normally see. That's when I realised going into jewellery would be the best way to kind of put my creative outlet into. I was born, brought up in Wembley. Wembley's changed so much. Now you've got everything here, which is what I love. The creative scene's come up so much. There was no creatives, nowhere to network, nowhere to speak to people that were doing the same things as you and got what you were doing. And that's what I've loved recently. I've met so many people. I met Shilpa at the Wembley Creative Market, and we realised we had really similar inspirations and we were great at bouncing ideas off each other, so we decided to put our heads together and collaborate because there was that real buzz and spark when we used to speak.
When I first ever picked up a thread and a needle or went on a sewing machine, it was never that I wouldn't know how to do it. It was that kind of thing that I already know how to do this. I was born with this, that's why I can do it. This is my family trait. There's no way that I could not do this. I have lots of little dresses that my daughters have now worn, that I wore, that my grandfather's made. When I first learned to stitch, actually, he was one that I kind of went down to and showed things to. What's so beautiful and I'm so thankful of is that the craft is my heritage, the two are so interlinked. I've lived in Wembley since 2005. It's been fantastic to live in a space and be able to work and keep my business here and see that the community and the kind of surrounding environment is evolving at the same time as my business is. My first year of uni is when I met him at a couple of years ago or so. I bumped into him at a concert in Camden and he said to me, well, I live in Wembley. And I was like, well, I live in Wembley. And then discovered that we're kind of, doing things that has some synergy with one another. And then now we're connected again in Wembley, which is great.
I was 7 years old when I first touched the tabla. That was after bashing on my mum's head, pots and pans. The usual stories of percussionists and drummers, how they start. And then they got me some lessons and it felt good. I went through 15, 20 teachers, and then in the end I met my guru and I haven't looked back. It's been amazing ever since I met him. Growing up, Wembley was always a strong sense of community. That has always been apparent. There's always a sense of giving between people, which I think has been amazing. So usually in the summer, you'll wake up to a very unusual and non-London sounding sound, if you like. And that is basically to Bhangra drums, which is this big Punjabi, North Indian folk instrument. That's because a wedding's going on, and it's a way of celebrating, and it's a part of the ritual. So that's pretty cool about living around here. And I always see Alex walking around with his dog, Yanis. First time I met him, went over to his house, and it's just like a treasure chest of just like madness, but really cool stuff. And then I noticed that one of the pieces he did was this piece. He gave it to me.
Art, it's everything for me. It's everything because I have everything there, my heart, my brain, my body emotion, that is everything belongs to this piece of paper. And this is what I try to draw every day. My son's with his girlfriend, we go to the rescue center to see the dogs, and we went there. Yanis was over there. And all the family, we agreed that Yanis is going to come with us back in the house. And this is how they start the relation between the family and the dog. Yanis took me out for a couple of hours, coming down to the outlet. Have a coffee, sit around, talking to people.
There are no words to describe how much I enjoy being a mom and for how many years I waited for this, and it's just a miracle. I never laughed so much, I never smiled so much. Now I realize I've never been so happy before. We decided that London is a perfect place to start a family. Coming to Wembley Park was definitely one of the best decisions we made in the recent years. Besides work, I feel like it's very important to give back to the community. That's why I'm involved on a daily basis into several different volunteering activities.
I work at the Park Studios, which is at Wembley Park. It's a recording studio. I feel like music should always be pushing forward, not regurgitating the same thing all the time. And to do that, you have to be creative. I get a real sense of fulfillment and achievement in the fact that we've taken something that didn't exist before, something that's like emotionally stimulating. There are a lot more amenities in the area now. When I first started here, I used to have record labels come out and there was nowhere to take them for like a lunch meeting or anything like that. Now we've got loads of different places we can choose from. Last week I was introduced to Amanda, a photographer who lives in the area, and she came down and took some photos of me and the band, and it was fantastic, amazing photos, and really nice to know that there are other people doing, similar creative things in the area.
I remember having an interest in photography from a very, very early age, and I remember wanting a camera, and then for my 10th birthday I did get a little 110 Instamatic. I've been photographing live bands now for well over 20 years. I have really enjoyed it, and they do say don't mix business with pleasure, but if you're going to be spending the majority of your life working, then why not do something that you really enjoy? Super excited about this. I've wanted to have my own studio in Wembley Park for a while, so to be able to have something on my doorstep, and it is designed as affordable for artists. It's just so exciting to know that there is this creative hub that's being built. I'm thrilled to be able to be a part of it all and can't wait to move in.
Yellow Pavilion, how are you doing?
Things that we have now is the Yellow Pavilion. They have an open mic night regularly, and that's a wonderful experience. So if I'm able to photograph and help them expand their businesses through promotion, then why not?
I've always enjoyed motivating people or encouraging others. It's the most instantly rewarding job on the planet. The way I like to work is delivering personal training in a group environment, because there's a social element to it. People connect with each other, they relate to each other, they relate to me, I encourage them. It's a format where people can be themselves, and it's fun as well. I was training people outside, and I was looking for a space to do the sessions in through the winter, and really big coincidence, I got a call from the gentleman who was managing the Yellow Pavilion at the time, asking me if I'd like to use the space. I went down, fell in love. It's a really good community hub. I know Anton because he's a really cool guy. I met him at an open mic, and I just admire his energy and his passion. He seems to, with his collective, be doing lots of things for the young people in Wembley Park.
So when I dance, it gives me a boost of energy. It's like a cleansing moment. That's what I want to do all the time, and I never get tired. So when I dance, I feel good. When I step on stage, when I'm freestyling, when I'm dancing with a team, it's a different world. I think we were just having drinks at TGI Fridays, and we were all walking down, and then I see Mick with his roller skates, just skating with music. Last thing you know, we kind of had a battle, dancers versus skaters. And then me and Mick, we connected, stayed in touch, we collaborated, and then every time we see them, we hang out.
I live with my 3 daughters. We go out street skating, we'll go to the park. Just everywhere we go, we've got the skates in the car, and anywhere nice, if we're out, let's have a little skate. Just nice to spend some time together. It's something we can do together. It's like changed our lives completely. It's brought us closer together. Now it's like a big part of my life. All around this way was like all derelict, all sort of waste ground, old factories, and then since then it's sort of like the last sort of few years it's just a nice clean area. Yeah, I jump down steps and jump over people, all that kind of thing, but getting older now, so it gets harder. With skates, I can skate up here from home in about 10 minutes, skate around the outlet, skate all over the place, bump into people you know, people will chat to you. Just so many different things to do around here.